So you know what? I'm gonna go live because I'm running a minute late. I'm gonna go live. I'm going live. I'm going live. I'm going live. I'm going live. And according to YouTube, I am live. Hello if you're watching live, and hello if you watch some playback. And welcome to my 38th I Have a Lot to Say live stream on this channel. So basically, if you don't know what these live streams are, essentially once or twice or maybe even 3 times a week, I talk about current movie and TV topics going on in the movie and TV world right now. And at the same time, no, I'll also be answering any live questions sent in. So if you are watching this live, please feel free to send in a live question because I'll happily answer it. And at the same time, though, also if you have a topic you want me to talk about in my next live stream, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll probably talk about it in my next live stream. And at the same time, though, I should say a couple of things off the bat. First of all, I live next to a main road, so if you hear like a tractor, a truck, a motorbike, or just a loud car going past any point during this live stream, I do apologise. It's out of my control. And at the same time, though, even though I live in the countryside, sometimes it feels like I live next to a building site. Honestly, there's always people doing work, drilling and whatnot at the houses next to me. So at any point you do hear some like drilling in the background during this live stream, I do apologise. That's also out of my control. At the same time, though, another thing out of my control in this live stream is the fact that this stream could cut out at any moment. It didn't really happen in my last live stream. It didn't happen in the last live stream, but it could happen because it has happened in the past. So at any point I start speaking and the stream cuts out, I do apologise because, you know, it's out of my control yet again. And so, yes, those are the things that got off the bat. And at the same time, though, I have a small announcement I'm going to say off the bat as well. My small announcement is nothing big or anything. It's not going to change the channel or something like that. But I'm continuing on my film reviews. I'm still doing my film reviews. But I'm not going to add in pictures on those film reviews anymore. Apart from the one I'm uploading this Friday. Like, I'm already editing my review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I'll have up on Friday, probably. Don't know, maybe, depending on how things go. But hopefully I'll get it up on Friday. And that review will have, you know, like images in the background and the poster and, you know, the characters in the film. But after Friday, I'm going to stop including images on my film reviews just because it takes up a lot more effort and it takes a lot more time, and I don't always have that amount of time to spend on doing these film reviews and live streams at the moment. Honestly, I'm so busy, got so much uni work to do at the moment, but I'm managing to fit in one live stream a week at the moment. Hopefully I'll have 2 more. Hopefully I'll start having, you know, 2 live streams a week in the near distant future, but for now it's only 1 a week, and so I've got a lot to talk about today. So I'm not gonna dwell anything else. I'm gonna jump right into my main topics for today, or well, the topics that I'm talking about just in general. So let's talk about my first topic. My first topic isn't Ghostbusters, but I am talking about Ghostbusters a bit later. But no, my first topic is all about the new Home Alone reboot. Now, I've got to admit, I almost have no interest in this film. The only reason I'm talking about it is because of the trailer, and we'll go into the trailer very shortly in this live stream. But honestly, I'm not a fan of the Home Alone films in general. I mean, I don't hate them, but at the same time, though, I just don't find them as good as everyone else seems to. And it's all subjective and whatnot, and so if you love the Home Alone films, that's great. But the thing is, though, I don't find them as good as I want to in the end. I don't think they're classic Christmas films. But in the end, at the same time, though, I understand that a lot of people do like them. And basically, the reboot is coming this Christmas. And so if you jump onto Google here, give me a sec, jump onto Google. Essentially, this is the trailer that was released yesterday for this film. And I'm turning off the sound, by the way, because I don't want to get any copyright strikes because the trailer uses the classic John Williams Home Alone theme. And so basically, honestly, this trailer just looks like it's replicating the first Home Alone movie, and not in a good way. Honestly, your family goes on holiday again, and they forget the kid. And by the way, that's the same kid who was Jojo Rabbit's mate in Jojo Rabbit. So he's a good actor. I think his name's Archie Yates. I might be wrong there. Apologies if I am. He's a good actor, and basically, yeah, it'd be good to see him in there. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong, but honestly, I think this trailer looks incredibly awful. Just awful. Like, what I don't understand what this film is trying to do in the end. And I'm shocked that it's so awful, because you have, like, Disney producing this film. You've got 20th Century Studios, not 20th Century Fox anymore because they were taken over, so it's 20th Century Studios now, and you have them producing this film, and you just kind of sit there and go, why is it so awful? Why does this film just look so bad? I mean, you have Ellie Kemper there, as many people might know from Erin from The Office, The American Office, and, you know, you might know from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt as well, which is on Netflix, but you have, like, these relatively famous stars in them. They're not household names, but you have relatively famous stars in them, like Ellie Kemper. I forgot the guy's name is that we just saw as well, the one he was working with there. He's always from that TV show called Catastrophe. I've seen a bit of that, wasn't my sort of thing, but I understand that a lot of people like it. And at the same time, though, Aisling B's in there as well. He's a famous, Irish comedian, which you might see in stuff like QI and Would I Lie to You and whatnot. She's quite famous, and you've got a relatively famous cast in there. And Archie 18, like I said before, who you can see on the poster there, he was in Jojo Rabbit. So, you do have these relatively famous stars in there, but it just looks awful. And it's going on to, I'm not surprised actually that it's just gone on to Disney Plus, but still, like, it's a Disney product, and it's a 20th Century Studios product, and it looks awful. Like, the trailer just had me shocked because they were copying so much of the first Home Alone movie, and none of it looked like they were copying in a good way. Maybe the film might come out, maybe it's going to be like a new holiday classic, if you will, but I don't see it that way. But I also think that, what's his name? Oh, I forgot the name of that. It's Macaulay Culkin, something like that. The one who plays Kevin McAllister in the original original Team Home Alone film, should I say, because he's in the second one as well. But I think he might make a cameo in there. But I don't think that'll improve the film in any way. Honestly, I don't think the film looks that good, and I kind of wish it did, to be honest, because I'm all for reboots if they're good. I don't mind a good reboot. I actually think good reboots can work right well, because I think the Star Wars Force Awakens is a fantastic Star Wars reboot. But the thing is, though, in the end, this just looks rubbish. The post looks awful. I'm just looking at the post again here. It looks awful. And also, it's taking up half my screen there. So, that's not the best thing. But anyway, yeah, it looks awful. And the trailer just looks incredibly bad. It looks stagey. It just looks messy. And it just looks so corny and American. And put it this way, I'm not surprised it's not having a theatrical release. I'm not surprised it isn't. I don't know if it's a TV series or not either. I don't know if it's a TV series or a film. Because I've heard from some people that's a TV series. I've also heard from some people that it's a film. So, I don't know. Whatever it is, I might check it out because it's not going to be on Disney Plus. And I have Disney Plus. But at the same time, though, I honestly have no excitement for this film, and I'm not a fan of the original Home Alone films, but I did watch the trailer yesterday thinking, what the hell was this? What the hell am I watching the trailer for? Because it's just copying off the first film. It doesn't look good in any fashion. It doesn't look funny as well, and it looks terrible. But hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully when it comes out around Christmas or whenever it's meant to come out, hopefully it's absolutely great, and hopefully, it becomes a new holiday classic, shall we say. But anyway, that's the end of topic number 1 for today. I only wanted to briefly talk about that because I was amazed by how bad the trailer was. But anyway, that's the end of topic number 1. So without further ado, let's move into topic number 2 for today. And topic number 2 is all about the Eternals. Now, I'm not going to talk much about the Eternals in this live stream. What I want to talk about is the film's length. Now, I heard a couple of days ago, basically the length of the film is quite long. And I don't know. I am not that excited about that. One second, I'm going to adjust my chair here because I don't want to be in the central. There you go. But yes, I'm not that excited about the fact that this movie is going to be 2 hours and 37 minutes. Like, if you jump onto Google again here, jump onto Google, optical illusion, there we have an article which tells us about the Eternals and its runtime. Yes, it's runtime. According to the official synopsis, Marvel Studios' Eternals features an exciting new team of superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, ancient aliens who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years. Oh yeah, we haven't heard of them yet. But anyway, following the events of Avengers Endgame and unexpected, I don't care about all that. The running time of Eternals will be 2 hours and 37 minutes. That's almost as long as Avengers Endgame. Like, I'm pretty sure Avengers Endgame is 3 hours. It says there, actually. It says Avengers Endgame is 3 hours and 1 minute. So, why? Like, I understand that a lot of people love Marvel movies and I don't. I understand that I'm in the minority of Marvel movies in general, and that's fine. But the thing is, though, like, does it need to be that long? I'm really questioning that. And in the end, I understand that it's Chloe Zhao and understand that it's got all these characters in there, so maybe he's got to establish all these characters and give them all backstories and whatnot, and then give them all motives throughout the film. And if they're going to really do that really, really well, then it needs to have this long runtime. But still, like, I don't know. It's a thing with Marvel. Like, ever since Avengers Endgame, which everyone seems to love but me, Marvel's going, okay, we need to have all these movies to have really long, run times. We need to have all these movies to have really long run times so they can be as long as they need to be. And I've heard some reports as well that Spider-Man No Way Home will be 2 hours and a half. And that's understandable because of the amount of characters that are going to be in that film. But the thing is, though, the Eternals being 2 hours and 37 minutes. Imagine if the film isn't good. That's what I'm trying to get at in the end. Imagine if the film isn't that good. Like, imagine sitting there for 2 hours and 37 minutes and watching a film which is a bore fest and just, drags on and on and on. And I'm hoping it doesn't, by the way. I'm quite pessimistic about Marvel in general, but I'm hoping that's not the case for them. I'm hoping this one proves me wrong, because I'm not like the trailers for the Eternals at all. I thought the trailers. I thought the Eternals trailers have looked awful, to be honest. I mean, none of the actors look like they're having fun in the trailers. At least in the other Marvel trailers, like whether it's, I don't know, the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I know that's a bit of a weird example to use, but I remember watching that for the first time in the cinema and thinking, oh my god, it looks like, you know, Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, it looks like they're having fun in that film. But the thing is, though, it doesn't look like any of the actors in the Eternals are having fun in the trailer for the Eternals. I mean, they might be in the film, but the thing is, though, you want to showcase that your actors are having fun and things like that. There might be a reason that they're not being that emotionally, you know, fantastic in their performance in the trailer for the film. But the thing is, though, I'm watching the trailer and thinking, where is the energy from the actors in the trailer? I just don't get that. I mean, Richard Madden, who's a fantastic actor, who's obviously in there, and I think he's going to be one of the main characters. He's a great actor. He's great. I really liked him in Rocket Man, as you know, Elton John's quote-unquote love interest, and I also really liked him in Game of Thrones, which he played Robb Stark. But at the same time, no, he's in this film, and I was like, oh my god, they cast Richard Madden in there. That's quite a good casting. But in the trailers, it doesn't look like he's having any fun at all. And I'm just like, why? Because I don't know. In the end, I'm hoping I get proven wrong with this film. I'm hoping I come out of the Eternals and go, you know what, that film needed to be 2 hours and 37 minutes, and at the same time, no, you know what, that film was absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping I love this movie. I really am, because I didn't really like Shang-Chi as much as everyone else seemed to as well, and I didn't really like Black Widow, although I do know I'm not in the minority there, to say the least, but I'm hoping Marvel prove me wrong with this one again, because I love when Marvel prove me wrong. I love Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and I really like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but the thing is, though, I haven't really loved any of their movies since Spider-Man Far From Home, and even Spider-Man Far From Home, I didn't particularly love. In fact, that was one of my least favourite Spider-Man movies. I still actually kind of like Spider-Man Far From Home, and I will give my review of it quite soon on this channel, but at the same time, though, I don't know, I just really haven't loved the Marvel movies since Far From Home, and I'm guessing I'm going to like No Way Home this Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. But I want a Marvel movie that's, well, quote-unquote new and different to, you know, to make me really, really like it. I want to be surprised by a quote-unquote new Marvel movie, because in the end, I haven't for a while. I haven't been surprised by Marvel movie. I wanted to be surprised by Shang-Chi. Honestly, I was hearing all these great reviews for Shang-Chi when it came out. I was like, oh my god, Shang-Chi is going to be great. It's going to be different than all the other MCU movies I've seen before. And even so, it is different. I still didn't like it that much. And if you want to see my many, many reasons why I don't like Shang-Chi, please do go and check out my Shang-Chi review. I mean, I didn't hate Shang-Chi. I thought it was okay, and okay in a good way, but at the same time, no, I wish I liked it a lot more, but I'm hoping I come out with the Eternals, and I'm hoping Chloe Zhao, who's the director of the film, has proven me wrong. I'm going to check out Nomadland before I see the film, because I know she directed that, and she won an Oscar. She won an Oscar for Best Director and Best Picture for that film, so I'm hoping that maybe this film's going to get the same recognition that, I don't know, Nomadland did. I mean, I'm not saying by any means that this film's going to get nominated for Oscars, although there has been some talk that this might be the first MCU film nominated for Best Picture. I mean, I'll believe that when I see it, but the thing is, though, in the end, I don't know. I want to really, really like this film, and hopefully I do. And I also think it's going to be interesting to the reaction to this film. Because, like, don't be wrong, regardless of how good the film actually is, there are going to be people out there who absolutely adore it and say it's amazing because it's Marvel, and that's the way people are. And that's fine. If you love Marvel movies, I'm really happy for you. Personally, I'm jealous. But the thing is, though, like, regardless of how good the film actually is, there's going to be people out there who absolutely love it. But in the end, I'm more interested in the people who are actually going to properly review this film, like properly sit down and actually go, does it actually work as well as everyone's saying it does work as well as everyone's saying it, as well as everyone says it does? And I'm just, I don't know. I'm hoping it's as good as I want it to be, but honestly, from the trailers, I don't have that much excitement for the film. But hey, I've been proven wrong before with Marvel. I've been proven wrong with Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been proven wrong with, you know, Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. And hopefully, I'm proven wrong with this film as well. Hopefully, this is my next Marvel surprise when I go and see the film and what's coming out November 5th. That's the same day King Richard comes out, by the way. That film about, you know, Venus and Serena Williams' father with Will Smith in, which looks like he's going for the Oscar, by the way. But that's not really important. I'm saying it comes out the same day as King Richard. And that's also a film I'm kind of interested in seeing. But anyway, that is the end of topic number 2. Only losing track on this. live stream. Topic number 2 on this live stream, and that's all about the length of the Eternal. It's going to be 2 hours and 37 minutes. Doesn't need to be. We'll have to wait and see until the film comes out. But honestly, that length, it both surprised me and didn't surprise me. Don't know why this one needs to be that long, and hopefully it feels like it needs to be long and doesn't actually feel like it's stretching some scenes like Avengers Endgame did, in my opinion. But anyway, that is the end of topic number 2 on this live stream for today. So without further ado, just before I move into topic number 3, I'm going to have a quick drink of water because my mouth's getting a bit dry. Okay, let's move into topic number 3 for today. And topic number 3 is all about No Time to Die's box office. Oh yes, we're back onto No Time to Die. So we jump into Google here. Let's talk about No Time to Die box office. And by the way, this will probably be the last time I talk about No Time to Die on this channel. I've talked a lot about it, and I just wanted to talk about the fact that it didn't do as well in America as we were all going. Well, as I thought it was going to anyway. Basically, in America, the film opened to, just gonna find it here. It's all about, basically in America, it didn't open as well as people wanted it to. It only opened to like 50 million. I don't actually think it says it on the article. Oh, this is good planning. I found an article, didn't actually say it. But yes, basically, overall, worldwide, it's still doing quite well. It's got like $330.3 million at the box office. But in America, it didn't open well. In America, it only opened to like 50 million. If you don't believe me, go and look it up, by the way. I thought I had it in this article, but apparently I don't. Apologies about that. But yes, it didn't open as well as we were hoping in America, but it's still doing well overseas. So that's good. It's still doing well overseas, and I'm happy about that. Now, pardon me. Now the reason I actually want to talk about this isn't because of Bond very much. Like I've talked about my opinion on No Time to Die. I did about a 15-minute spoiler review of that film, which I put my heart and soul into editing. So please do go and check that out, because honestly, I spent so long doing my review of No Time to Die, doing my spoiler review of No Time to Die. So do go and check it out if you haven't already. But the reason I just want to talk about it is the fact that I'm happy people are getting back to cinemas, but I thought that this one would do better in America than it did. It only got like 15 million in the box office, which is about half of what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was going to get 100 million in the box office, and I still think the first movie to properly get 100 million opening weekend at the box office will be Spider-Man No Way Home, because first of all, it's a Spider-Man movie, and second of all, with all the rumors surrounding that movie, it sounds like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But the thing is, though, I thought Bond might do 100 million, because it did about 100 million pounds or about that, or whatever, something like that. It did about that amount of money in the UK in its opening weekend. So I'm thinking, oh my god, in the US, I wonder if it's going to do as well. And apparently, the Bond character isn't as big in the US as he is in the UK. Understandably so. So it didn't do as well as people thought it might do in the US, me included. But the thing is, though, it still didn't do badly. And considering this is a post-pandemic era where the film studios are only getting, cinemas only really getting back into the routine and things like that. Considering this is a post-pandemic era, and there's been a lot of people who haven't gone to the cinema within the past year or so, I do think No Time to Die has actually done quite well. It's done quite well, and it's still getting 50 million in the box office. It's still, number one opening weekend, which is understandable, by the way, because because Venom in the US was on its second weekend there, and that's understandable because Venom was on a second weekend, so on the second weekend, films automatically go down in their box office. But nevertheless, No Time to Die has done well in America. It's done well in the UK. It's making a load of money overseas. It's got like 300 million overseas and things like that, and it's doing well overall. I don't think the film will break even, though. It needs like 500 million to break even, and I don't think it will do that, which is a shame. I actually might do that. Actually. We'll have to wait and see. But I probably won't talk about it even if it does. But I don't think the film will break even. I don't think it will. But nevertheless, I'm happy people go and see it. And I'm happy people get back to the cinemas. And I'm happy No Time to Die has brought people back to the cinemas. And that's all I'm going to really talk about in terms of No Time to Die in this live stream today. If you want to know my opinion on No Time to Die, I've done 2 reviews in it. I've done a non-spoiler review and I did a spoiler review. Go and check out both those reviews if you want to. Please, especially go and check out my spoiler review. Go and check out my spoiler review, Dan. No, go and check out my spoiler-filled with spectacular review as well. My spoiler spectacular review, because I talk about all of No Time to Die in quite a lot of detail. So please do go and check that out if you haven't already. But yes, I'm happy people are going and seeing it, and that's kind of the last thing I'm going to say about No Time to Die overall on this channel. I've talked a lot about it, and that's all I'm going to say now. It didn't do as well as I was expecting it to in America, but it still did well overall. And I'm happy people are getting back to cinemas and going watching No Time to Die. And I'm happy No Time to Die is a movie which is bringing people back to the cinemas overall. And so that is the end of topic number. I'm not sure what my topic today. It's topic number 3 on this live stream for today. That is the end of topic number 3. So basically, I'm going to stick on the slide as I move into topic number 4. Now, this was actually in the description for this live stream today, but I just want to quickly talk about this new movie, which is coming out this Christmas, called Robin, which is coming from Aardman. Now, most people probably won't be interested in this film at all, and understandably so. It's going under the radar, it's coming out on Netflix, which probably means I have all for marketing, and also it looks like it's aimed itself quite a lot of the kids. It looks like it's aimed itself at quite a lot of, at a younger demographic. That's what I'm trying to say. It looks like it's aimed itself at a younger demographic, but at the same time, though, it also looks like it could be a nice family movie. Like, I must admit, the trailer was released yesterday, and here's the trailer if you want to have a quick look there. The sounds off, so I don't want to get a copyright strike in case. So, yeah, basically, if you don't know what Aardman are, essentially, Aardman come up with the Wallace and Gromit, they came up with Shaun the Sheep, they came up with, Parts and Adventurous Scientist, Chicken Run, they did Early Man not too long ago, which I actually quite like, and they also came up with the other one. Oh, what's the other Aardman film they did? Completely forgot it off my head. There was another Aardman film which came out not too long ago, which I also really liked. But yes, basically Aardman, the people behind Wallace and Gromit. That's the thing that you got to remember. And they have this new musical Christmassy film coming out with the voices of both. Okay, I thought this trailer was a bit longer. I actually found another trailer was a bit longer yesterday, but nevertheless, basically this film has a great voice cast. We've got Gillian Anderson and Richard E. Grant in there, both are great actors and actresses. And at the same time, though, it doesn't look great. I'm going to admit that. The whole Robin thing doesn't look great. And I'm hoping, I'm proving wrong. I'm hoping it turns out to be a really nice family Christmas film come this Christmas. And it's coming out on Netflix as well, so I will get around to watching it because it's a Netflix release. And I don't really have to, quote-unquote, pay anything to actually watch the film. I'm just going to get up online, actually, one sec. I'm going to open online so people understand more what I'm talking about. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, here we are. Apparently it's an animated short. That makes sense anyway because, well, that's Aardman. But nevertheless, I'm hoping it's an Aardman. I'm hoping it's a really fun Aardman film. And that's kind of what I'm talking about because it's Aardman in the end. If you don't know what Aardman is before, like I said, there's people who do Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run, Shaun the Sheep. There's another one which they did as well, which I just can't think off the top of my head. But yes, they've done a number of films in the past which have been really, really good in my opinion. And I'm hoping this one's great as well. I didn't like the trailer. It was released yesterday. I wasn't the biggest fan of the trailer. But Aardman doing a musical is something new. They've never done a musical yet. And I really like the whole animation, things like that. And I'm hoping I really like this one come Christmas. Hoping it's just a really nice, fun, and, if you will, sweet film that's just kind of nice to watch around Christmas. It's coming out on Netflix. I would definitely be watching it and definitely be talking about it. And hopefully it's great. And here's some images from the film as well. Hopefully it's great and hopefully it really surprised me come this Christmas because I always like to be surprised by films. And even though this one didn't look great, it's from Aardman and I've loved Wallace and Gromit, I love Chicken Run. And I also really like Early Man. So I'm hoping this film's on the same, maybe not the same par as them because Wallace and Gromit's quite a high par to get onto. But I'm hoping it's another fun Aardman film at the end. I'm hoping that's what I get from this film. And even so it does look like it's it does look like it's aiming itself at a much younger demographic. Hopefully this film still works for me as well because as I've always said with family films, quote unquote family films on this channel, if a film is called, kids film, it should also work for families as well. That's the beauty of things like Incredibles, Wallace and Gromit, back onto there, Chicken Run, Parts and Adventurous Scientist, most Pixar films, as well as some other, like How to Train Your Dragon as well. The beauty of those films is they work for all the family. Yes, they're primarily aimed at kids, but they also work for all the family as well. And I'm hoping that's what I get from Robin. Obviously, if you watch the trailer, it's primarily aimed at kids. But at the same time, though, I'm hoping it's something to enjoy for all the family at Christmas when they're sat around the Christmas tree, because that's when it's coming out. And if you watch the trailer, it's a very Christmassy trailer as well. And by the way, I don't know if anyone can tell there, that bird, the magpie is voiced by, Richard E. Grant, and Gillian Anderson also voices a cat in this film. So that looks pretty good, and I think, and hopefully it surprises me and it's coming out this Christmas on Netflix, and I'm looking forward to it. So that is the end of topic number 4. Got it right this time. Topic number 4 on this live stream for today. So without further ado, let's move into topic number 5. And topic number 5 is all about Ghostbusters Afterlife reviews. So basically, the proper reviews for this film will come out. Essentially, we had the early reactions a couple of months ago, I want to say. Might have been weeks ago. But anyway, we had the early reaction to the film a couple of months ago. They were really positive. A lot of people were really liking it. There's a couple of negative moments, points in some of the early reactions, but mostly overall, it was all positive. But now, the official review reviews have come out for the film. If you give me a second here to actually jump online, here are some of the early reviews for the film. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, actually jump onto Rotten Tomatoes here. It's currently sitting at 81%, and there's everyone's favourite Ant-Man, by the way, Paul Rudd there. But anyway, yes. It's currently sitting at 81%, which is pretty good for Rotten Tomatoes, especially nowadays. Honestly, the amount of films that just seem like they get slaughtered by Rotten Tomatoes every now and then on Rotten Tomatoes nowadays is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, yes, basically, so far, this film is an 81% rating. It's gonna go down, but I still reckon overall, and hopefully I'm right on this, I still reckon overall it's gonna stay about a 75% rating on this, on Rotten Tomatoes, because I'm really looking forward to this movie. And actually, reading some of the reviews, I've got more excited for me. More so at the same time, though, I'm a bit more skeptical about it. A bit more skeptical about it because of some of the negative reviews as well. But overall, I'm looking forward to it as well. And just before I read some of the reviews, one of the other reasons I'm really looking forward to this film is the fact that the original cast are all going to be in it, and apparently in major roles. We've got Bill Murray in there, Dan Aykroyd in there, Ernie Hudson, I think that's the one who played, I forgot his name, is the one who played the Black Ghostbuster in there. You have Sigourney Weaver in there, you have the one who played the secretary, and there's also rumours that Rick Moranis is going to show up in there, which would be kind of cool. And so you have the original cast in there, obviously not Howard Ramis, who played Egon, because he sadly passed away back in 2014, but nevertheless, the original cast, it sounds like they're coming back, and apparently they're in big roles as well, so that sounds great. But anyway, that's one of the big reasons I'm excited for this film, and I'm really looking forward to it. However, not everyone took to this film as much as I was hoping. Let's see what some of these reviews say. Let's see what some of the negatives ones are saying first. An homage to and continuation of the 1984 Ghostbusters that painstakingly mines that movie for props, lines, and characters while giving no indication of being aware of what it was like to actually watch. Let's see what some of the other reviews are saying. Despite a fresh female forward spin and a clever evolutions of its hallmarks, this resurrection of the beloved franchise suffers from an over-reliance on its previous life. And then let's see what another bad review says. Intentional or not, Ghostbusters Afterlife is a stark reminder of how much of modern American culture consists of exaggerating the ones of past glories. So there's some negative reviews there, but let's see what some of the positive reviews are saying as well. Well, it's taken 36 years and 6 presidencies, but with Ghostbusters Afterlife, fans finally have to unembarrassing sequel to love. So I'll just read that review again. Sorry, I keep stopping this time. I'm not the best at reading stuff online, but anyway. Okay, I was going to read that one again. Well, it's taken 36 years and 6 presidencies, but with Ghostbusters Afterlife, fans finally have an unembarrassing sequel to love. Let's see what another review says here. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a refreshing relaunch of a beloved franchise and one that pays ample amount of respect to the original. A breathtaking sequel that will entertain both casual lovers and die-hard Ghostbusters fanatics. And let's review another there's another review here. Acts as a marvelous farewell to Ramis' invaluable contributions to those earlier movies. And let's look with another review as well, because that one was only short. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a film fan's dream come true. A charming, fun, and mighty enjoyable time at the movies. Don't miss it. Oh, that is sounding good. But let's also see what this one in The Guardian says. We click onto The Guardian, second wait for it to load. The Guardian give it a 1 star. Now, it's not Peter Bradshaw or Mark Kermode doing this, so I'm kind of happy about that, because those two critics I respect a lot. But instead, this is someone else. Ghostbusters Afterlife review, a slimy, stinking corpse for sequel. Let's see what else to say here. Jason Reitman takes over his father's franchise and immediately tanks it with a totally misjudged blend of pandering fan service and bizarrely played straight spectacle. Now, I'm not going to read on now. Actually, I was, but I'm not going to now, because I'm just going to make the point here. Fan service isn't always a bad thing. And actually, I'm going to jump back onto the main platform here. Not that one, sorry. This one, yes, sorry. Fan service isn't always a bad thing. Fan service isn't always a bad thing. Now, it can be. You can have a movie like Avengers Endgame, which does have some relatively bad fan service in there, in my opinion, and actually just relies on fan service and, relies on the fact that hopefully you watch all 20-odd movies beforehand to watch that film. But the thing is, though, Ghostbusters Afterlife, okay, it might rely on fan service a bit, but the thing is, though, if it's relying on fan service, from a great movie, the first Ghostbusters, I'm assuming, and so if you haven't seen that film, go and check it out anyway, because it's Ghostbusters, it's absolutely fantastic. The thing is, though, fan service isn't always a bad thing. It can be done well. If it serves the plot well, it can be done well. And the thing is, though, the reason that I'm actually fine about fan service in this movie, and I'm not so fine about it. In fact, one of the reasons I don't really like Avengers Endgame is because it's fan service. In my opinion, Avengers Endgame is fan service to the movie. But one of the reasons I'm not really happy about fan service in Avengers Endgame is because I'm not the biggest fan of Avengers Endgame. The thing is, though, I don't mind fan service in this movie because actually it sounds going to be done well, and I like the Ghostbusters franchise. I like Ghostbusters 1 and 2 because I have a bit of a personal connection to Ghostbusters 2 because I grew up watching it. And even so, I'm not the biggest fan of the female Ghostbusters film, I gotta admit. I wish I was, by the way, but I'm not. But even so I wasn't the biggest fan of the female Ghostbusters film, I'm looking forward to this one quite a lot. And the reviews have just got me more and more excited. I mean, I didn't actually read them out quite well, I've got to admit. I kept stopping and standing, I don't know why. I'm not as the best at reading out reviews online, but nevertheless, the reviews have got me excited. And apart from that Guardian review, that Guardian review to kind of point out the fact that fan service ruin movies. I'm going to be honest here, I don't actually know, but I'm going to be honest, I bet the person who reviewed Ghostbusters Afterlife and said all that stuff about, fan service being bad, was somebody who played like Avengers Endgame quite a lot. And things though, you can't do both. You can't like Avengers Endgame. This is fine. If you like Avengers Endgame, that's great. I'm fair enough. But the thing is though, you can't like Avengers Endgame and then criticize Ghostbusters Afterlife for having all this fan service. That's just completely contradicting yourself. It's just being a hypocrite. If people like Avengers Endgame, that's fantastic, but clearly you like it because of fan service. And at the same time, though, maybe you're not as fan. Maybe he wasn't a fan of the Ghostbusters movies. I don't know. Maybe he's not a fan of Ghostbusters 1, and then maybe that's why he didn't like the fan service in this movie, in the new Ghostbusters movie. The thing is, though, you can't do both. You can't like the fan service in Avengers Endgame, think it works really well there, and then dislike the fan service in Ghostbusters Afterlife because, well, it's a Sony movie. In the end, that's what it kind of feels like. And I might be wrong there. Maybe the guy who wrote the review about fan service was somebody who actually disliked Avengers Endgame. I bet it wasn't, by the way. But maybe I was wrong there. Maybe because I'm just making pure speculation there. But the thing is, though, people who come out of this movie and say, oh, well, I too much on fan service, things like that, are the same people who came out of Avengers Endgame saying, you know what, I loved all the references to those films. And, you can't do both. Not in my opinion. You can't do both because that's just being a bit contradicting with yourself there. But nevertheless, I will come out of this movie. Maybe this movie does rely too much on fan service. Maybe that might be one of my criticisms of the film. But overall, if it makes me smile and if I enjoy it, I'm gonna come out of this movie and just have a huge grin on my face in the end. And that's what I want to take from Ghostbusters Afterlife. I want to come out of Ghostbusters Afterlife whenever it comes out in the UK, November the 29th, I think. And I'm going to go watch it opening day, by the way. I can't wait to see this movie, actually, because I'm hearing great things about it, and I'm hearing that's a proper Ghostbusters sequel. So basically, whenever I come out of this movie, come November the 29th, I'm hoping I'm going to absolutely adore it. And I'm hoping it's going to be a really fun and really exciting movie. Like, I don't think it'll be one of my top 10 movies of this year. I might be wrong. Maybe I'll come out of the movie and maybe I'll actually adore it. Maybe it does fit into my top 10. But the thing is, though, I want to come out of this movie on November the 29th and absolutely adore it, and hopefully I will. Hopefully I'll come out of this movie, and hopefully it'll be up there with some of my favourite movies of the past, of this year as a whole. I'm hoping I really, really like it, and I'm hoping it's a full, really fun and Ghostbusters sequel. That's what I want to get from this film overall. And, well, nothing more, nothing less. I just want a really fun and really enjoyable Ghostbusters sequel that hopefully doesn't rely on fan service too much, but still, like I said before, fan service isn't necessarily a bad thing. Pardon me there. Fan service isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it can actually serve your movie well, and it can be a smile to people's faces, and things though, all these people who say they don't like fan service in, all these other movies, and they say like in Avengers Endgame, doesn't really make sense to me, but anyway, I'm going to go off that now. But yes, you get the point I'm trying to make, that, fan service in movies isn't always a bad thing, and honestly, I'm actually looking forward to the fact that the original cast are going to be back. I'm looking forward to the fact they have that slimy ghost back in this movie, seen in the trailer, and I'm also looking forward to the fact that we have the Ghostbusters card on the poster. I'm just really looking forward to the fact that we're getting a full-on Ghostbusters sequel to Ghostbusters 2 from all of years ago, from like 1989, whatever it was, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm really looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife. The reviews are being, generally positive. Not all positive, but generally positive. And I'm hoping it stays that way because I'm looking forward to this movie. And hopefully it surprises me and puts a smile on my face when I see it on November the 29th. And so that is the end of topic number 5 on this live stream for today. So without further ado, let's move into topic number 6, shall we? Let's move into topic number 6. Now, topic number 6 is all about something that I've been actually put in the description of this live stream. No, it's all about something which I only really found out about an hour before I did this live stream for today. And that is a fact that Mandalorian officially starts shooting today. Well, I say officially starts shooting. According to Carl Weathers, who's obviously in the show, it started shooting today. Now, we jump onto Google here. Give me a sec. Basically, this is what an article from Screenrant says. Well, give me a second. Carl Weathers, star of Disney Plus' The Mandalorian, says he will begin filming for season 3 of the show starting tomorrow, October the 13th. So basically, this article was published yesterday. So essentially, they've started filming. That's what I've got overall. They've started filming today. But anyway, The Mandalorian's first 2 seasons released back-to-back in consecutive years from 2019 to 2020, making 2021 the first year without a new season for the show. Annoyingly, we've got Marvel shows instead. But anyway, yes, we get the Book of Boba Fett, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, Favreau and co. have chosen to step aside this year to make way for Robert Rodriguez's upcoming The Book of Boba Fett series, which is set to release at the end of December. Can't wait to see it. But anyway, let's see what the tweet says about the start of Mandalorian Season 3. Weathers tweeted confirmation that he will film for The Mandalorian Season 3 beginning tomorrow. He teased the return of his character, saying that Grief Karga will be back. I'm assuming that's the name of his character, by the way. I actually didn't know that, but anyway, there you go there. Grief Karga will be back on Disney Plus. Check out the actor's full tweet below. And this is a tweet from October the 12th, which was yesterday. Mandalorian Season #3 begins for yours truly on tomorrow. Grief Karga will be back on Disney Plus. #be peace. So yes. What I want to put out here is he said Mandalorian Season 3 begins for yours truly. So it begins for him tomorrow. So that probably means they've already started shooting in some sort of capacity. Now, how long they'll be shooting is completely up to speculation. We don't know that. So maybe they've been shooting for, I don't know, maybe they've been shooting for a month. And if they have been, that's great. That means we've already got material already for Mandalorian Season 3, which I'm really looking forward to. But at the same time, though, I think they've already been shooting for a while, because I think Carl Weathers coming in is probably a sign that maybe they've already started shooting. Maybe they've all got things ready, like The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal's partner, and things like that. So maybe they've all got things ready and things like that. And maybe they're starting to get the casting, because there's a lot of pre-production on these shows as well. So probably him saying that is meaning the show's already started production, and that actually he's coming into it tomorrow. He's starting his part. He's starting to shoot his part tomorrow. Well, today, should we say now, because actually that tweet came out tomorrow. But anyway, the point I want to make is Mandalorian Season 3 has started shooting. If I got to the point I wanted to make, Mandalorian Season 3 has officially started shooting. And you know what? I, for one, am very, very excited for this show. I love Mandalorian so far. I thought Season 1 was great. I really liked Season 1, particularly the end of Season 1, and I thought Season 2 was amazing. Honestly, I loved Season 2 of Mandalorian. So I saw some people criticize Mandalorian Season 2, saying it was, kind of predictable and a bit, it was a bit generic, and it also kind of, what's the phrase I'm trying to look for? It was a bit like, it was doing the same thing over and over again. It was repeating the same plot lines, but in my opinion, that's what made it so good, because then when it did something different, when Baby Yoda was taken away in Season 2, and spoiler there in case you haven't seen Mandalorian Season 2, we had a year to do so, your own fault there. But yeah, anyway, basically, if you hadn't seen Mandalorian Season 2, you could get spoilers there, but when Baby Yoda gets taken on Episode 6 of Season 2, it changed everything up, and actually, it does something different there, and that's kind of what I liked about the series as a whole. That's what I liked about Mandalorian Season 2, the fact that it changed up its plotline. It changed up doing the same plot. Before Episode 6 of Season 2, it was always, Mandalorian goes somewhere, gets a task to do, he has to take Baby Yoda with him, then Baby Yoda ends up getting, kidnapped halfway an episode, but then, Mandalorian ends up getting him back, and then he ends up doing his job at the same time and succeeding and coming out of it in the best way possible. But then, as about Episode 6 of Season 2, they changed that all up. Baby Yoda got taken away, and then the plot was all about getting Baby Yoda back, and then it was about Baby Yoda going away, and you had the big Luke Skywalker cameo again. I've already talked about spoilers, so if you didn't know already, apologies, but surprised if you didn't know that, by the way. Surprised if you didn't know if Luke Skywalker showed up at the end of Mandalorian Season 2. But anyway, yes, Mandalorian Season 2 was often a big cliffhanger, and I personally cannot wait to see Mandalorian Season 3. Now, I'm not so excited for it, because I'm more interested in the Book of Boba Fett now, because it's coming out sooner. And bear in mind, the post-credit scene at the end of Mandalorian Season 2 set up the Book of Boba Fett quite nicely, so I'm really looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett. But the thing is, though, I'm looking forward to Mandalorian Season 3 a lot as well. And also, one thing I really want to point out is the fact that Mandalorian Season 3 started shooting now, which probably means it's coming out next Christmas. Probably means it's coming out about, October next year, because, well, This is a poster for season 2 of Mandalorian, and it says a new season streaming October the 30th, which probably means that season 3 will probably stream around October 2022. Pure speculation, but nevertheless, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out at the same time around Mandalorian season 2 came out in 2020. But yes, the point I want to make is that next year is going to be a great year for Star Wars TV. Honestly, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We have the Book of Boba Fett coming at the end of this year, which is going to lead into January of next year. And then we have the Obi-Wan series coming in March. And we have the Cassian Andor series. Then we have the Cassian Andor series coming in, I don't know when that's coming out, but that's coming out next year. And then we also have Mandalorian Season 3. Next year is a great year for Star Wars TV, people. I for one cannot wait, because we've had too much Marvel TV. We had WandaVision, we had Falcon Winter Soldier, we had Loki. I know, so I did enjoy some of those. I kind of like Loki quite a little bit. But the thing is, though, even so, I to agree, enjoy these Marvel shows, there's so much of them. And I was kind of watching Loki, one of the episodes, thinking, imagine if they made this many Star Wars TV shows in a year. And then actually next year, we're going to get about 4 Star Wars TV shows, which is going to be great. And I bet they'll all lead into each other in some sort of capacity as well. I mean, that's pure speculation there. Probably won't, actually. But at the same time, though, I won't be surprised if Obi-Wan show's been the Cassian Andor series. But I'll talk about that more when I talk about the Cassian Andor series when it comes up. And I'll talk about the Obi-Wan series when it comes up as well. But the thing is, though, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some big link from the Book of Boba Fett to Mandalorian Season 3. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised because, the Book of Boba Fett's only meant to be like a limited season TV show. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got like 1 season of Book of Boba Fett and then it sets up Mandalorian Season 3 like a post-credit scene. Again, pure speculation, but still, wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if Boba Fett, showed up in Mandalorian Season 3. And also, I'm going to be intrigued to see with the Baby Yoda in Season 3. Because bear in mind, spoilers, what we talked about already, but Baby Yoda gets taken away by Luke Skywalker. But I think he's going to come back. And I think Mandalorian, by the way, is, I think it's setting up the sequel trilogy in a quite nice way. It's not doing it in a forward way. It's not just putting in random parts to set up the sequel trilogy just to that feel forced. Actually, it feels like it's doing it its own way, and I really like that about it. We had that little glimpse of the Snoke containers that you saw in The Rise of Skywalker in the Mandalorian Season 2, one of the episodes of Mandalorian Season 2. I want to say it was episode 5 of that series, but I might be wrong there. But you had a small glimpse of that the containers Snoke was in The Rise of Skywalker in Mandalorian Season 2. And at the same time, though, Baby Yoda was taken to be trained by Luke. Remember, he was also trained by Luke, Kylo Ren. So maybe, and again, just pure speculation, maybe Season 2 Mandalorian might see a young Kylo Ren in there. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know Jon Favreau likes pleasing the fans. Jon Favreau, who by the way writes the show, who by the way created the show, I know he likes pleasing fans, and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens in Season 3, and I'm all for that in my opinion. I'm all for something like that happening in Mandalorian Season 3, can't pronounce words there, Mandalorian Season 3, I'm really looking forward to it. Next year is going to be a great year for Star Wars TV. Mandalorian Season 3 has started shooting, it probably means it will come out around the same time next year, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Book of Boba Fett more, but that's because it's coming out sooner, but nevertheless, I personally can't wait to see where the Mandalorian story goes in the next season. Hopefully we'll see Grogu back, that's his name, Grogu, not Baby Yoda, sorry, Grogu, hopefully see Grogu back, and hopefully it's another fantastic piece of Star Wars television, and I just can't wait for next year, where it looks like it's going to be a great year for Star Wars TV, all on Disney+. And so that is the end of top number 6. I'm going to say it's top number 6. Yes, that is the end of top number 6 on this live stream for today. So just before I move into my final 7th topic on this live stream, I'm just going to have another quick drink of water, so give me a second. Oh yeah. Okay, let's move into my last main topic for today. And again, it's only going to be a short topic. But basically, my last main topic for today was it is a fact that the new trailer, the official trailer for the Beatles Get Back, the Beatles 3-part documentary series, which is premiering on Disney Plus soon, came out today. The official trailer came out today on YouTube. It actually only came out about half an hour before I got to do this live stream. So yeah, it looks great. I'm not going to put any music on there because obviously I'll get a copyright strike. But this looks great. It looks like it's got a bit of a plot to it as well, which I really like about it. And honestly, as a huge Beatles fan, I don't know if you can tell there, by the way, from the posters behind me, you'll be able to see a bit better when I go into full screen. But yeah, it looks great, this film. It looks great, but it's not a film actually, it's a documentary series, but it looks great, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's coming from Peter Jackson, which many people might know, who directed the Lord of the Rings films, and also that King Kong film, and also directed the Hobbit films as well. And I'm a huge fan of the Beatles, so I personally am very much looking forward to this documentary series. I always keep saying this film, because I think it was meant to be a film in the beginning, but then because they found so much footage in it, I think they split it into a 3-part documentary series, which I'm really looking forward to. And it looks great. It does. It's completely unseen footage, which is apparently being hidden away for so long. A lot of Yoko in there, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, especially if you know the way Yoko was in the Beatles and things like that. But honestly, oh, by the way, I didn't actually go into full screen there. Sorry, right. I did. That was so stupid, man. Like, sorry, I wasn't actually playing the trailer. Look, right, yeah. This is what the trailer looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that a bit better now. Yeah. So I didn't realize what I was doing there, but yes, this trailer looks great. I thought I was showing the trailer, but actually I wasn't. Honestly, this trailer looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like the people are having a lot of fun there. Like I said before, it even got a bit of a plot to it. It's coming November, which is looking forward to. It's coming like November. I think it's coming November 25th. Man, that's going to be a good week. November the 25th is going to be the same week that this comes out. The new Paul Thomas Anderson film, and Ghostbusters Afterlife. Man's going to be a week and a half. But anyway, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that week in particular. Also, it'll be the last week before December. And if you know me, you know I absolutely love Christmas. I'll be getting very excited and very much in the Christmas spirit around that point. But yes, coming from director Peter Jackson, back on the topic again. But coming from director Peter Jackson, like I said before, he did Lord of the Rings films, a King Kong film from 2005, with Jack Black in. And he also did the Hobbit films as well. And he did that They Shall Not Grow Old film, the documentary about World War I soldiers that was kind of colorized, which came out, I want to say, in 2019, I'm not sure there. And that was good. I must admit, I wasn't as big on that documentary as everyone else seemed to be, but it was good in my opinion. But I'm looking forward to this because it looks like it's going to be different than the Ron Howard Beatles documentary came out in 2016. You know, the Beatles' touring years 1962 to 1966. And I like that documentary quite a lot, by the way. I'll actually be reviewing that documentary before this one comes out. But it looks like it's going to be different than the Beatles' touring years documentary that is by Ron Howard. Because in that documentary, there's a lot of like in-person interviews. You know, with Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. And at the same time, the people who are huge fans of the Beatles, like Whoopi Goldberg had interviews in there. And also Sigourney Weaver had interviews. Pardon me, sorry. And also Sigourney Weaver had interviews in that film as well. And this film doesn't like it's having any sort of interviews whatsoever. It just looks like it's going to be similar to They Shall Not Grow Old in the way that you only hear like voices from actual people there and things like that. Or maybe not similar to They Shall Not Grow Old, but at the same time, though, there could be no in-person interviews. There's going to be no like moment where there'd be like a one-on-one with the director and he's interviewing someone in the film. No, in the end, it looks like it's all going to be completely off back way 1969. No, 1969. Yeah, I just used my Beatles brain there, but yes. By the way, don't know if you can notice, Abbey Road poster. I'm not going to my pointing here. There. Abbey Road poster. That proves I'm a big Beatles fan. But yes, basically, who's Beatles fan? I'm looking forward to this quite a lot, and it's going to be good to see it because, you know, it looks like it's going to be completely unseen footage that we haven't seen from Let It Be recordings yet. And if you don't know about the Let It Be recordings, watch the documentary, find out about them, because there's a lot of things that went on behind the scenes there. You know, George Harrison leaving the band at one point, which was actually in the trailer, and then him coming back, the host of the Yoko, and whoever they was, because they almost broke up then, but they did Abbey Road after, and also the whole rooftop live session, the whole rooftop recording, which you see on the poster there. That will probably all be talked about and things like that, and I'm just really looking forward to it. The fact that police were trying to get them off the building there. Imagine that. Imagine police trying to get the Beatles down from playing live. That's just so iconic. The fact that police were actually trying to get the Beatles down from playing a live show. Anyway, yeah, I just find that so weird and so iconic and so brilliant in my opinion. But anyway, yes, I'm looking forward to this film quite a lot. I keep saying this film, I'm looking forward to this documentary series quite a lot. I think it looks great. Go and check out the trailer if you haven't already. I would have a more detailed opinion on it, but I didn't have much time to plan my opinion on this because actually the trailer for this only came out like half an hour before I did this live stream. But nevertheless, it looks great, and hopefully it really surprises me when it comes out. Well, not really surprised me actually, because I'm saying it looks great already. Hopefully it's even better when it comes out, when it's going to come out in the near distant future. What's saying, November 25th. Man, my head's all over the place right now. But yes, looking forward to it quite a lot. I thought the trailer was actually fantastic, and hopefully it's a fantastic documentary series, should I say, and hopefully it's really good to watch, and it's got a real good storyline in there and things like that. Hopefully it's a great documentary series, and I'm looking forward to it quite a lot. And so that is the final topic on my live stream for today. So yes, That's it as a whole. So thank you for watching this live if you have been watching this live, and also thank you for watching the playback if you have been watching this on playback. And as always, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like subscribe on this video, or should I say live stream. And also, if you have a topic you want me to talk about in my next live stream, please do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll probably talk about it in my next live stream. But until then, guys, thank you as always for watching, and see you guys again soon. But bye for now. Bye.